Okay, today I want to show you guys a really good buy. This can be bought at Walmart for about $24 and some change. This is the Camillus Carnivore X. When you buy it, this isn't one of those unboxing whatever videos. This only reason why I hung on to the packaging is because day one I carried this thing out, worked with it. I was impressed. I hadn't had a chance to throw this away yet. So I figured if I like it that much, maybe you guys might like it too. That's the blister pack when you see it hanging on the shelf. That's what it looks like. And it tells you all the cool little features about it. When you buy this knife, it comes with this little secondary blade that snapped in right there. And I'm going to tell you, if you decide to go ahead and buy this thing, when you get home, just take this little blade out, look at it, see what you think about it. If there's any function or like you have for it, like I say, if you like it, snap it back on there, keep it. If you don't like it, which in my case I didn't care for it, pitch it. Cool thing if you do decide to pitch it is you do have the snap right here. So if you do want to strap this onto your gear somehow, if you're creative, you can do all that crafty stuff. You can strap it onto your pack, lash it on somehow. Got a Velcro strap right there that might come in handy also for that fact. Sheath does have a pretty decent little belt loop. One of the things I have to say I really like about the sheath is that, at the price point I was expecting to see strings just hanging out everywhere. But it looks like pretty decent nylon. Got metal reinforcements all around it. And a snap strap around the handle there. It's not Velcro. It does have a liner, so as far as the sheath goes, sheath is good stuff. I ain't got nothing bad to say about that at all. Really, I don't have much bad to say about the knife itself. It's got a lot of pros to it, a lot of good things. There's only one con. The one con is this right here. This grip, even though it feels good, I mean, all your fingers have a place. It's got a good grip. If you're holding in the what we call a saber grip, it fits perfect. Supposed to be real good hard plastic. The only problem is it's slick. So if your hands are sweaty or if it's wet outside, if you got a weak grip, it's standing the potential of either sliding out your hand or maybe possibly riding your hand up the blade. So luckily it does come with this little lanyard hole. And what I would suggest is that you fashion up a lanyard. That way it fits on your hand good and you'll be good to go. The other thing about the grip is it doesn't absorb shock all that great. So if you're chopping with this thing a lot, you're going to be feeling it. While you're in the store, just go ahead and pick yourself up a pair of gloves. Save yourself a little soreness later on. And pick yourself up some paracord. Tie yourself up a lanyard. You'll have a good probably 40 or 50 feet left over just to use for other things. Now this thing does have a lot of pros though. Like I said, that's the only con is that the grip is a material that's, like I said, it doesn't absorb shock or tends to be a little bit slick. But like right now, fits my hand perfect. Love it. As far as the pros, they got them all listed, like I said, right here on the packaging. Starting with ergonomic grip, we already mentioned that. Like I said, it feels good. 12-inch blade. I didn't actually measure it, but it does look like that's about right. They point out the fact of the saw. And for a knife, this thing has an awesome saw back. I mean, these teeth are aggressive as all get out. I've worked with it, like I said, day one I was impressed with it. And later on we're going to go outside and I'm going to show you how easy this thing is for making notches. I mean, it does it like a champ. Up here at the top, they mentioned that this blunt end could be used as a chisel. And I don't know if you can see that, but I'm pressing as hard as I can. There's no edge at all, so that's a good chisel place. And what with this being a full tang knife, like I said, metal goes all the way out to the end. I mean, it definitely do that function, no problem. As you go around, it's pointing out to use the tanto edge for digging. I mean, I suppose you could if you want to. And lastly, they point out, you got the big cutting edge here. When you buy this knife, it does have a decent edge right out of the packaging. You don't have to sharpen it, but I hit it a couple times with a ceramic rod just to touch it up a little bit. But I would suggest leaving this little, like I said, Tanto style edge a little more on the dull side. Because if you're chopping with this thing, if you can almost imagine, when you're chopping down, a lot of times you're going to have about that much of your blade is going to be hitting the wood the hardest. And if you got it super razor sharp, you know, it's more likely to want to try to roll over on you. Not to say that it would, but I'm not going to take a chance. I do like this knife. What chopping I've done with it so far, it's not been an issue, but oh, that's something else I want to point out. What they list as a wire cutter, which looks like a little gut hook right here. I'm not going to use it as a wire cutter myself. If you want to, it's fine. But I found that it marries up perfectly to a cheap $5 ferro rod that can be bought at some Walmarts, some Dick's Sporting Goods, Academy Sports, whatever. Like I say, these little Coghlan ferro rods are only about $5. I'm not a big fan of the striker that comes with it, so that's why the striker's not with it no more. But it is the perfect diameter to go along with this blade right here. To make sure that it would last a little bit longer, I took some heavy-duty industrial epoxy and kind of helped hold that rod onto the handle a little better, just to make sure I don't lose it. And another little $5 item right here. Let me hold on that. Sharp and easy, 2-stage ceramic rod sharpener. I mean, you know, these two items together, you're talking about $10. You throw it in your pack or somehow fasten it onto the sheath, and that's everything you need to go with that knife to do what you need for it to do. Now, I know right back here they got all the descriptions for that little knife. What everything's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a spearhead or something or other. But if you like it, it's got a demo, and like I said, it's got a diagram to tell you what everything's supposed to be. Of course, the diagram for the actual large blade. And they say these knives are titanium bonded. Supposed to be 3 times harder than untreated steel. I don't know if it's 3 times harder than unheat treated steel or 3 times harder than one that hasn't been titanium bonded. But either way, it's still good. It does have a lifetime warranty, so that's a good thing. But all in all, I gotta tell you that this is a really good buy. Like I said, 24 and some change at Walmart, and it is worth every penny. When you put it in hand, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I think I've probably said enough about it. So probably the only thing left to do is take it outside, show you guys how well it takes give sparks off this ferro rod, and show you a little saw work, maybe a little chopping. So let's go outside and see how that does. Alright, a little quick demo here. You can see how well that blade sinks into the wood. Nice edge to it. And I was tinkering with this one piece of wood earlier, so it's already got some notches on it. But I'll show you how well the sawback actually works for making notches. As you can see, you can make them real deep right there. That's some good saw work. And the other thing, as you can see the ferro rod fell out, is I want to show you how well that little gut hook area on the blade, well, the wire cutter, works for striking that cheap $5 ferro rod. So, stick that right there. I found this method works really good. I mean, you can get down on one knee or you can do it like I'm doing right now. But if you rest the back of the blade against your foot and position that little hook area right over the tender. Make sure the camera don't want to work. Okay, here we go. There we go. But like I said, it makes a really good spot to strike a ferro rod. I'm gonna go ahead and snuff that little piece out. Little known fact a lot of people don't really think about is that you can actually ignite steel wool with a ferro rod the same as you can cotton balls. I thought I had some steel wool with me. Well, I'll put that in another video later on, and some tips, tricks, and hacks and what have you. And like I said, there you go. This is the Carnivore X by Camillus. And it's worth every penny you pay for it. It's been Ring Squatch Outdoors. I thank you for watching, and have a good day.